So we basically left off at solving different types of equations. Okay. So we reached the point so far in this unit that I could give you an equation that looks like this, and you should be able to solve it. Okay. I can give you an equation that has functions in it. You should be able to solve it. Okay. Now what we're going to do as we continue on, how can we use these in problem-solving situations? Okay, because equations are actually very valuable to solve many types of actual work problems, problem situations. Okay, like for example, and this is a very simple example, you don't need to write this down. Like if I said, let's say that your profit, let's say you were running a, I don't know, name a business that you would run. Give me a business that you would run.
Ice cream shop.
Running an ice cream shop, okay? And let's say, to keep things simple, let's say you just sold one type of ice cream. Like it was a special type of ice cream something. Okay, it was loaded with this and that and this and that. How much are you going to charge for it? Give me a price.
$5.
$5? $20?
$15.
$15. Okay. Okay. But you're going to have to pay for some stuff, right? Like you're going to have to pay for the ice cream. You're going to have to pay for the extras if you're putting it into this ice cream. You're going to have to pay for the machines that do it or the machine that does it. So let's say all of that together, okay, costs $1,000.
We're not getting our money's worth. We should have done.
You don't know yet. Okay. So if I only sold one, obviously I'm not making a profit, am I?
No.
Okay. How many would you have to sell to start making a profit? What would you do? Well, let's say, how many would you have to sell to break even? Break even means you don't gain any money, you don't lose any money. What's the profit if you break even? What value is that if you break even? You don't get any money, you don't lose. Zero. Well, that's an equation. Solve for it. So we've already got the n on this, so we could add 1,000. Add 1,000. And then we'd have to divide by 15. And divide by 15. So what's 1,000 divided by 15? Do it on your calculator. And if you get a decimal, you get a decimal. It's okay. Okay, so if we round it, it'd be about 66.7. We rounded it. Okay. Well, obviously, you can't sell part of an ice cream. Okay, you got to sell one or none. So this, if you sold 66.7, you'd make exactly zero. So how many would you have to sell to start making a profit? 67, right? So that's how you can use an equation in a business. Like I said, it's a very simple example. But I mean, that's what businesses do. I mean, it's actually something that if you went into commerce or business admin in university, one thing you would learn about are break-even points. Okay? So you have to sell 67. Obviously, you want to sell more than that because you don't want to do all of this work just to make a profit of like $10 or $15. Okay? So you want to make sure that, well, wherever I'm selling this ice cream, like maybe you're renting a kiosk at the Forks or something like that. You know, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to sell more than this, much more than this, in order for it to be worth it.
Okay, so that, I mean, those are the kind of problems we're going to look at. But before we do,
We're going to do a little language study. How to convert or how to translate from English to algebra. See, I always say I'm bilingual. I know English and algebra. And a little bit of French. So, think about what words in English mean in math. If you saw a problem and it had the word sum or total or and or increase or more than, what math does that mean? What math are you going to do? Addition.
Oh,
so when you translate it to algebra, you can have
Plus or plus signs in there. Difference, decrease, less than, subtraction. Product, times,
multiplication.
quotient, division. Actually, other words that may imply division are share or split. Twice. Don't overthink.
square.
No, that's not twice. That's times itself. Times what? Yeah. Times 2. Triple. Times 3. Opposite. That might be a little challenging. Like, what's the opposite of 5? Okay, so, and what's the opposite of -10? So what would you do? Yeah, you could times -1 or just switch the signs, right?
So yes, times -1 or switch signs.
Some number. I don't know what it is. X.
Oh, because you don't know.
You don't know what it is. So X, Y, A,
All sorts of letters.
You like to do this.
So knowing that, let's take some phrases and translate them from English to algebra. And the first thing I want you to do is take out I and J. I don't want to do those. We don't really deal with those. Okay.
From where? From 6.4.
From lesson 6.4, example 2.
Not in the action plan.
Not in the exercise. In the lesson. Okay.
I'm,
You guys, is everybody here?
yeah,
Go down to the last 2 and cross them out.
done.
Okay. A number increased by 5. X plus 5. Be careful with the phrasing.
X subtract 10. 10 less than the number.
Yeah, 10 less than a number. Say it again, Eva.
X subtract 10.
X subtract 10.
It's not 10 subtract x. It's x subtract 10.
Because you're starting with a number and you're going 10 less. 5 times a number. Or
5x.
twice the number decreased by 7.
X squared and X subtract
2.
2x
subtract 7.
subtract 7. We'll get to that one later in a second.
The opposite of x.
Negative x. The square of y.
Y squared.
Y squared. That's when we do square.
Okay.
This one, it's important how you read it. The product of 3, pause, and the sum of m and n. So you have to do m and n first, m plus n first, and then you have to times by 3. How would we show that?
The sum, which is what.
So m plus n, I've got to do that first. What symbols do I? Parentheses. And then
Times that by 3.
where would I put the 3? At the top? At the front. Okay.
Yeah, good. So that one you need parentheses. I think I need to make that one a little bit clearer next time. This one, a little bit longer. Alexa and Stephanie have a total of 30 books. If Alexa has X books, which means I don't know how many, I just know it's somewhere from 0 to 30. What's an expression for how many books Stephanie has? Okay. Think about it this way. If Alexa has 10 books, how many does Stephanie have? 20. How'd you get that?
10 plus 20 is 30.
Okay. If Alexa has 5 books, how many does Stephanie have? How'd you get that?
5
Okay. If Alexa has 17,
30.
how'd you get 13? Because you subtract, right? 30 minus 13. And that would work for the first 2 examples. 30 minus 10, 30 minus 5. So if she has X books, how many does Stephanie have? No. How did we figure it out for the other numbers? We did 30 minus, right? 30 minus whatever this is. So minus X, exactly. So they do get more challenging. Okay, we're going to keep it fairly straightforward. But I'm going to stop there.